In the modern democracies, there are three general electoral systems that are most commonly used. They all differ in substantial ways and have benefits as well as drawbacks to the common voter, although some more than others.
First past the post is the electoral system used to elect the UK Parliament. On the first past the post, voting takes place in constituencies that elect a single MP each. Voters put a cross on the ballot paper next to their favourite candidate, and the candidate with the most votes wins the constituency. All other votes count for absolutely nothing.
First past the post is the current electoral system for England. Although many oppose to it, it does hold some benefits for the smoothness of the voting system. Because of how this system works, the votes of the people can be immediately drawn to give the results of the final outcome. This means the government can be pulled together quicker. Furthermore, first past the post tends to produce a two-party system with a single-party state. Although many argue that this system defies the concept of democracy as it doesn't allow minor parties to be represented in the system. However, a two-party system means it's almost certain that one party only will control the government, hence creating a stronger government that doesn't rely on other parties to accept their legislation.
But most people tend to agree that the current voting system is majorly flawed and doesn't represent the majority of minority parties. The system works on a constituency basis, which means that the votes are most effective when they are concentrated in a particular area. For example, the Green Party have obtained substantial support of about 1 million votes and UKIP a further 4 million votes, yet they only got one MP each because the support was spread around the country. This system directly decreases the value of each vote and also restrains the voter from choosing the candidate they truly believe represents them.
AMS is a hybrid voting system. It combines elements of first past the post, where voters mark an X next to the candidate they want to represent in their constituency, and proportional representation, where voters mark an X next to the party who have a list of candidates to represent a larger regional constituency. This helps to overcome the disproportionality often associated with first past the post elections. Under AMS, each voter typically gets 2 votes, one for candidate and one for a party. Each constituency returns a single candidate in the style of first past the post. The votes for the party list candidates are then allocated on top of these constituency seats to top up the number of seats won by each party.
Although AMS is still not a perfect system, it vastly improves on the first past the post system because it gives the voter two votes. At least one of them will be effective, and unlike first past the post, each vote has a much larger value. Each voter can vote for a small party to show their support for them, but in the likely stage that they do not pass, the vote will then be transferred to their option. This system entirely avoids tactical voting, as there's no need to fear of picking an unrepresentative candidate. Furthermore, it is a vastly more proportional system that gives constituency powers, so that each voter is directly accountable for their constituency seat.
Also, constituency MPs may be directly accountable to the party leader rather than the vote, which could create a deadlock system. The additional member system does have faults, but any fault accountable for additional member system is also present in first past the post except one. This is that the system is confusing and people don't know what to do with their 2 votes, but this can be helped with a bit of education on the system.
The single transferable vote system is arguably the most complicated system out of them all. It works by the voter going down to the voting station and taking the ballot paper, where there will be all the running parties. The voter then continues by putting the numbers on their favourable candidates down to the least favourable. So for example, the running parties are Labour, Conservative, Green, UKIP, Lib Dems and SNP. The voter may decide that they think UKIP supports their interests best, so they put a number 1 by them, followed by SNP, which will get a number 2, and so on. However, they may feel that Labour and Green don't favour their opinions at all, so put nothing next to them. Once the ballot is handed in, there are several stages of counting. In the first stage, the voter's first choice, UKIP, has the least votes and is removed from the round. but because he put SNP as his second choice, the vote would be transferred to them. This process will continue until a party wins with a majority or the other party is completely eradicated.
STV gives the voter huge power and the ability to make bigger decisions than any other system. STV also means that less votes are wasted during the unnecessary cast. During the cast of the winner, hence most voters will be able to identify the candidate in the system. STV offers the variation of choice within their constituency as it isn't formed by one party. But as always, there are several drawbacks to it. In less populated areas, huge constituencies would be formed, making it very hard to govern under one council. Furthermore, STV will take a very long time to count and the winner will be declared after a few days after the election. However, this can be tackled easily by providing electronic ballot scanners. Computers will be able to declare a winner within hours, but the risk of the cyber attacks would be considerate. Lastly, this system relies on the population being well educated on the benefits and drawbacks of different business structures and policies, which isn't currently very widely spread. A large sector of the British public remain ignorant to them.